Let's make another randomly generated piece of jewelry. Today's numbers are drawer 8, impression die 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Here is the die we chose. This one is going to be fun. In my previous job, I designed a whole series of pieces using this design. To make the process easier, I am cutting a blank of metal that's about the same size as the impression die. And I'm using sterling silver for this. So I cut out 2 of these. I trim the tab, anneal the metal to make it softer, and then head over again to my 20-ton press to press the design into the silver. And because there are no intricate curves on this design, I'm using a pair of shears to trim the excess metal. I'm using a tool called a ring clamp to hold this small narrow piece of metal while I file the edges. Really want to make these nice and smooth. To make the ear wire, I heated a piece of sterling silver wire until it balled up, and then I am using a hammer to flatten the ball. I solder that flattened balled end to one narrow tip of the piece that we used in the impression die. When you solder, the wire or the metal that you are soldering becomes annealed, it becomes softened, and we don't want that for an ear wire. So I harden the ear wire until it's springy. Next, I want to give a nice subtle curve to the earring, and I'm doing this by just hammering it over the edge of one of the impression dies. I form the body of the ear wire, and then I'll begin forming the wire to give it that same gentle curve. I forgot to film how I formed the ear wires, but I used a pair of pliers to bend the ear wire over right at the tip. I added a patina, and here are the finished earrings. I love the shape of these ear wires. When you look at them from above, they're sort of almond shape. They really wear well, and they're just a really graceful design. The texture is gorgeous. It's kind of a woven design with that high polished silver stripe down the center. They remind me of leaves, and they're a really comfortable, sort of everyday wear style of earring. And as always, I make sure to sign the back of every piece I make. If you want to join in on this randomly generated jewelry journey, I need you to leave 2 numbers in the comments. Number 1 through 8, that will determine which drawer I'll pick, and number 1 through 85, and that determines which die from that drawer I'll choose. Thank you all. I've enjoyed making all of the pieces in this series so far, and I can't wait to continue. Let me know how you feel about these earrings. I know the ear wires are a little different, so let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video.